So, back on the track though, it's the first semi-final. Well, Benjamin Altman-Opuma, I think we saw him in the call room. Just wonder why he had such a good heat this morning. Came through very strongly to finish second in his particular heat. So just 2 to go through, 2 non-automatic qualifiers as we saw in the women's race. So the third string Dutchman, Senna Gilling, best of 10:49. Now he's seen his sister get into the final. This is Francisco Pagliarini. It's a 10:56 man at best. He's going to need to be on the top form to get through to the final though, and join his sister tomorrow evening. Skipper lane, fourth lane is very quick on paper, Jorge Hernandez, but that was done in Salamanca in very, very sympathetic conditions. This man though, no doubt at all, he's flying 10:24 to win the British under-20 title a couple of weeks ago in Birmingham. Didn't have the best of runs in his heat, but Lenny Chanteur lining up against Teddy Wilson. Alexander Komisarenko, 10:44 in Lutsk recently, out in the west of Ukraine. And then on the outside, perhaps one of the underdogs to get through, Hugo Kundig from Göteborg. 10:51 man. So, 2 to go through, and perhaps the favourites for to fill that slot. Teddy Wilson of Great Britain, Northern Ireland in lane 5, and Lenny Chanteur in lane 6. Don't count out though Jorge Hernandez in lane 4. As they settle into their blocks from the inside, Gilling of the Netherlands, Pagliarini Italy, Hernandez in lane 4 for Spain, Wilson Great Britain, Chanteur France, Komisarenko Ukraine, and on the outside Kundig of Sweden. Wilson got a good start, so did Hernandez as well. Now Hernandez, he's got in front at the moment. Now Wilson's starting to go through the gears and he's coming away. Chanteur follows him home as the Spaniard ties up in the closing stage of that race. Unofficially 10:49 for the Briton. Chanteur really does extremely well over that final third of the race to overhaul Hernandez. Hernandez, 10:65. I just wonder whether that's going to be good enough to see him through as one of the 2 non-automatic qualifiers. It's not the quickest of third places we've seen at European Under-20 Championships, but no doubt at all about the 2 men who will go through to tomorrow night's final.
Very good run that by Wilson. At this stage he's under a little bit of pressure from Hernandez, but from here you know he's got it. Chanteur did really well to come through and deny Hernandez by 4/100ths, and Pagliarini in a non-automatic spot. That's how his sister made the women's final. Maybe the omens are good, but 2 stacked semi-finals still to come. Very impressive from Wilson. Kundig just sort of eased up after about 30 or 40. Maybe it was a great opportunity to take part in a continental semi-final, and he felt something not quite right. It wasn't a sudden stop. He just sort of gradually realised, OK, I've made the semis, but this isn't my day. Now the time when he perhaps feels something a little bit tight and maybe saving himself for the relay. But Wilson, lovely run there, coming under pressure from Hernandez, and delivered really, really well.
Well, we'll wait and see whether Kundig, well, he walked out of his lane. I'm not sure whether he might end up being disqualified, sadly. He sort of pulled up and held his left hamstring about 30 metres from the line, but no doubt at all. Teddy Wilson putting down a marker there. And for my money, well, we saw a great run from him in the heats as well this morning. We've still got Revier, the Dutchman, to come, but Wilson is starting to look very, very good indeed. It's going to take a lot to beat him when we get to the final tomorrow night. So there's confirmation of the times into a 0.1 meters per second win. Teddy Wilson, 10:49. Comfortable win for Wilson. Chantier having to work a little bit harder to get up into second place and that automatic qualifying place. 10:61. Jorge Hernandez will have to wait and see how the next two semi-finals unfold, but he's in with a chance with 10:65. Pagliarini 10:70.
Well, it's about to get red hot on the track for the second semi-final of the men's 100 meters. Kemina goes in 3. Will he have a better start than he did in the heats this morning? Guerrer, 3rd fastest qualifier in 5. Begum, 8th fastest qualifier in 4. You can make a case for all of them qualifying for the final. Gael Delamine, 10th quickest, 10:76 this morning, but he has run a 10:37 on home soil. That was back on the 22nd of June. Daniel Orlando, also a 10.4 man, but 10:92 in qualifying. It's not as warm as he'll be used to in Italy. Jakub Kemine, gold in Banska Bystrica last year in 10:46. He recovered from the slowest start of his heat. He's got Begum for company. They've both run 10:31 this year, but Begum had a 10:75 in qualification. Guerrer ran 10:65, and he's gone 10:28, albeit in much, much warmer weather towards the end of last month. Those arguably the 3 to watch, but don't rule out Dylan Williams inside 10:4 for the first time. That was in Birmingham towards the end of last month. It's absolutely loaded, but you'd expect that. It's a massive continental semi-final. Lavilis, 10:81 this morning, looks nervous, understandably so. This is an absolutely stacked semi-final. And Philip Olsen on the outside, hopefully he'll fare better than his teammate Hugo Kundig, who pulled up in semi-final 1 from the same lane. So Teddy Wilson, 10:49, from Lenny Chantier, 10:61 in the first of the semi-finals. The non-automatic spots at the moment, Hernandez of Spain, 10:65, and Pagliarini of Italy, 10:70. Both those times definitely within the grasp of these men. On paper, the men to watch here: Kemina, Germany 3, Begum, Switzerland 4, Guerrer, Spain in 5. This is tight. Who's going to seize the chance to join the 2 quickest in Europe in this age group in the final? Slightly better start from Kemina, although he's still coming from behind. Guerrer is running really well here. Kemina's left it too late this time. Oh, very tight on the line for second between Begum and Williams. Guerrer ran fantastically well there. Kemina had a slightly better start, but he faded and it all got rather tense. Guerrer, the 5th fastest in Europe so far this year. Watch the clock as well, because whoever misses out between Begum and Williams, they might still be in with a shout. The non-automatic spots: Hernandez 10:65, Pagliarini 10:70. And it looks like second spot to Begum of Switzerland, although that's not coming up on your screen. We're getting an early glimpse of it here. Good run from Guerrer, it really was, 10:42.
Just looking at Guerrer's split times, I should say reaction times, he was the fastest man out of the blocks at 0.14 reaction time. You can see there, his first step gets him into the lead, and he's never headed. Kremina, a little bit of a disappointing run from the European medalist at the Under-18 Championships last year. it looks to me as though that was Dylan Williams coming through for second place. I think he might just get the verdict over Begum with the naked eye. It's very, very tight, but I thought, looking at that replay, and there we have confirmation, it is indeed Williams who gets through, but Begum is in contention to get through as one of the fastest non-automatic qualifiers.
As is Orlando, having finished 4th in 10.63. So Orlando is on the list, and Pagliorini and Hernandez are no longer. 57 and 63 have got a very good chance of hanging on for 3rd and 4th spot, I think.
Yes, storming run from Dylan Williams over that last 20 metres.
Garrett seized his opportunity with both hands. Williams, by thousandths of a second, out-dipping Begum 3,000ths of a second, but Begum should still go through with a 10.57.
But we do have 8 men looking to go forward to tomorrow's final in the men's 100 metres. And Joshua Revere absolutely storming heat in very, very challenging conditions. Impressed both myself and Rob Walker alongside me. This is Louis Schuster. 10.53 in Dresden earlier this year. Ramsgaard Jensen of Denmark, just 18 years of age and a 10.54 man, not much difference. Ido Perez, he was impressive in his heat this morning, getting through in 10.75, the Israeli sprinter. But this man is the one we were talking about in the heats this morning, Joshua Revere. 10.35 his personal best, not the quickest man by any stretch of the imagination in his semi-finals, but looks so impressive. Bizan, French under-20 champion, where he set his personal best of 10.25 3 weeks ago. Hernan Sier of Estonia, 10.49 man, hails from the capital, Tallinn, member of the elite sport club there. Sebastian Libora. Poland won this title 2 years ago. Can Libora at least stay in contention? And on the outside, George Warburton of Great Britain. Well, we've just seen his colleague, compatriot, Teddy Wilson go through, winning that previous heat. There's the hot seats, Begum and Orlando. Keep your eyes on the time of the men's coming home in 3rd and 4th place as well. Well, Reviere, so impressive this morning. Either side of him, Perret and Bizasen, sure are not going to let a place in the final go begging. From the inside, Schuster, Germany, Ramsgaard Jensen, Denmark, Perez, Israel, Reviere, the Netherlands, Bizasen, France, Sier, Estonia, Libora, Poland, and Warburton of Great Britain. The 3rd and final heat, the last action on the track here on the first day of the European Under-20 Championships. And it's Bizasen who's had a great start. The Frenchman's away, but now the long-legged Dutchman's starting to motor, and he's coming through. It's Holland versus France, but it's Bizasen who takes it. Reviere looked as though he eased up. Maybe he just had a sense that he was well clear of the men closest to him and put behind him. Libora and Warburton on your screens. It's a photo finish for 3rd. Well, the results system's gone on the blink. It's giving it to Bizasen at 10.35 with Reviere at 10.40. Libora, he just misses out. Libora and Warburton both timed at 10.63, but there'll be no place in the final for them. So Bizasen, the fastest of the winners of this men's semi-finals in the 100 metres.
really good there. I still think there is more to come by that young Dutchman. Of course, it was a brilliant run from Bizasen, and he is the third fastest in this age group with a 10:25. But I thought Riviere just eased back. I think there's more to come from him in the final.
I think there is as well. What worries me slightly is, was that confidence or was it international inexperience that led to him easing off? He certainly won't want to do that in the final. I'm sure he's not going to do it in the final. But that'll also cost him a preferential lane draw as well.
It did, and by the way, as we're mopping up the non-automatic qualifiers, this is crazy. Orlando does take the second non-automatic spot by 2 thousandths over Libura, who was 4 thousandths quicker than Warburton, so 3 men on 10:63.
Gosh, isn't that tight? But Bizasen pulling down a marker as potentially a gold medal candidate with that 10:35. Superb running in those semi-finals, and there's the wrap-up of the 8 men who will contest the final tomorrow evening.
What's your instinct?
It's a difficult one, I can tell you, isn't it?
Hello, I'm Leonardo Fabri, and you must subscribe to the European Athletics channel, because otherwise I'm gonna fight you.